Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is a totally new channel. I have another main channel, but yeah. So basically this whole channel is just about, reviewing stuff, obviously, and I'll give my ratings on them. But I'll go over in a separate video exactly everything about this channel. But today, we're gonna be reviewing Captain America First Avenger. So basically, I already have a set rating for this. I would give it a 9 out of 10. But I'm going to do more of an objective rating. So I have different sections. I have a rating for each of them. I add them together and then I divide them by how many I have. And it gives me a number rating, something, point something. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into that review. Okay, so basically, I really like this movie. I love this movie. I basically what I'm doing is I'm watching all the MCU movies in order, so obviously this was the first one. Oh, in order by timeline, not release. So yeah, so anyway, I just enjoyed it so much. The World War II like vibe in the 40s, it was just crazy. So anyway, first is the plot. The plot was great, obviously, because that's like the whole movie. Like with Red Skull, with the Tesseract and introducing all that, it was great. And then his origin story and the story of Peggy, and it was just great. And then especially when the airplane crashes, it was great. So the plot, 9 out of 10. Straight 9 out of 10. Next is the characters. Now this one is the highlight. This part, Steve Rogers, amazing. Normally I always have like a weird side character that's like my favorite. Steve Rogers was my favorite character in this movie. He was just great. Then Bucky was amazing. Made me sad. Well, I mean, I already know what happens to Bucky, but he's pretty sad when he died. Peggy was great in it. Even the army general, like, I'm not gonna kiss you. He was great. I don't know how they did it. The characters were all just, I liked all of them. And then Red Skull and Zola was just great villains. The characters get a 10 out of 10. Straight. Next is acting. I mean, I'm not a professional movie reviewer, so I can't really say much. To me, everybody was great at acting. Everybody played their roles right, going right back to the characters. It made me feel for each of the characters. Even though I knew what happened to Steve Rogers, I felt emotion with the airplane crash because of just how much they played it and them talking back and to the dance and stuff. Like, it's kind of about the characters, but the characters are so good because of how great the acting was. 9 out of 10. Next is the pacing. I thought the pacing was great. When I was watching the movie, my dad was like, yeah, it might get slow during this part. And he was talking about the part where Captain America was basically just singing and dancing to sell bonds, right? And I was kind of nervous. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. I thought this movie was great. Then Bucky and the Howling Commandos got captured, and he went to go and save them, and that was great. And I know I keep talking about the ending. The ending was so good. It was so good. I know I'm freaking out about an old movie, but I love this movie. Surprised I don't give it a 10 out of 10, but okay, calm down there. But anyway, so again, pacing, 9 out of 10. I thought it was perfect throughout. Music, right? So here's the part where people might be like, oh, it would be lower. But even though the music in it wasn't like what I like, where I listen to 90s rap and rock and punk and all that stuff, I thought for what the movie is, because what the movie is, a movie takes place during World War II. So all the music, when I listened back to the soundtrack, fit perfectly with the setting, the themes, all that. So I give the music a 9 out of 10. Also, Star Spangled Man, a banger song. That's a song I actually listened to just on my own free time. It was just that good. Next is CGI. This movie don't have a lot to talk about because even though there's probably a lot of CGI going on, I can't really. Some people might be like, oh, some stuff wrong. Every single thing that I saw was like, oh, it's like, when was this movie made? It's like, yeah. Yeah, I don't have any problems with CGI. 9 out of 10. Don't have much to say. Most of CGI was like the laser blasters, some explosions. They all looked fine to me. I mean, again, not professional, but they're all fine. And then the last one is overall enjoyment, which is just my rating, which I said at the beginning, 9 out of 10. I know you might think it was a 10 out of 10, but basically, this is my rating right after I watched the movie, and I gave it a 9 out of 10. So then if you add all them scores up and then divide it by math, I don't know, 7 or 8 things there, I don't really know, you get the final rating of a 9.1. Or, if you rate out of 100, a 91 out of 100. So yeah, that was my first review on the channel. I know it's pretty short, but that's how long it's gonna be, because I mean, I could go in depth about everything, but I mean, I'm just not good with that. Also, I saw this movie like a week ago, but since I'm doing all the MCU movies in order, I thought I should probably just do this one and go back. So that's what I did. So I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next review. Goodbye.